Hi, welcome back, or welcome. And we are in the woods today, the forest, the evergreens, the pines, the birch, the undergrowth, the marvelous variety of life coming and going, rising and falling, moving, standing still, being its natural self without compromise or apology. And beautiful as it is. And this is one of the lessons I get from being out in nature. So when I feel incomplete, incapable, incompetent, I just put that into perspective. That in this seamless universe, I am a living being as much as the plants or ants, animals, and fungi. I'm resisting making a terrible joke. Small accomplishments. I heard a great joke today, so I'm just going to say it now, as these rather unscripted videos are about being in the flow. And this comes to me at the moment. A cowboy is with his two cowboy friends. They're talking about how tough they are. First cowboy says, "Why, I'm so tough. I once came upon a rattlesnake, and as he was about to bite me, I snatched him from around the neck, bit off his head, and drank down his venom, and wasn't worse for the wear." The second cowboy says, "Oh, that's nothing. You think that's tough? I once fought a grizzly bear over a salmon. He took off one of my arms, but I took out his tongue and beat him." That's rather grisly story, but anyways. And the third cowboy was rather quiet, just stoically stirring the coals and embers of the campfire with his penis. That's the joke. Probably needs some work on the delivery, but I thought it was pretty damn funny. So, what does that lead us to? I don't know, comparison to others. In the Tao Te Ching, they say if you hold yourself to other people's opinions, you will be their prisoner. And in today's world of Instagram and the X Factor, and it's like it's a message fed to us from every direction on our screens that in order to be valued, we need to be famous or the best at something, or at least better than those, and aspiring to be this, something like that. And it's a very narrow trajectory, and isn't at all a reflection of the true nature of this universe of life on this planet. It reflects a very tiny sliver of where we're at today, and perhaps some of the ignorance that makes us feel less than we ought to, less than we are. I had started out as a young adult with ambitions to be an artist, and felt I wasn't earning the respect or validation or approval, mostly of my father, I suppose, to be psychologically honest, but perhaps of society, but I think it's mostly just between me and my dad. So I allowed this passion that fed my art, which was like a message to people that just what I'm saying now, because this is now my art, that we are more than we may limit ourselves to thinking that we are part of a seamless, big wonder, bigger than we can imagine, more than we can say, way beyond or before words. And so I had a bit of an epiphany when out in the wilds of the mountains in the US, up in the Rockies, living there for some time. No electricity or running water. That such a beautiful place would be gobbled up by expansion, construction, sprawl, unless someone with my values sort of got into the chair and made some decisions that would protect this place. Somehow then I realized that that person would need to be me, because I'm the one with my values, and it was all I could do to get inside that juggernaut and sort of tug the wheel towards a different course and not to be so destructive. And I hope that I was successful in that. I believe, or not believe, I'm sure that I was. I could have been more, perhaps, but maybe not. But in any case, I did do that, and now I am no longer working sort of with big companies and earthworks and science and industries, and am recovering from mental illness caused from extreme stress. And now, as I recover, I'm still unable to do many things. And I have found a peace with that. Otherwise, I am in constant turmoil. So while I'm at peace with that, and I try to pick up these like cigarette butts, if they're along my path, I will throw them away somewhere. And it's a little bit gross, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, the things I can do besides picking up cigarette butts or walking through the woods is maybe share my story to help others. And maybe I mention this every video, and that's okay. That is the purpose. And I'm no expert. I'm only an expert in my own experience. But I found it to be extraordinarily helpful to hear other people's experiences, and for me to relate to them however I will. So it's in that spirit that I share this. I am satisfied with the sort of direction of departure from having been an artist earlier to going into the more industrialized 9-to-5 working world. And I'll no doubt need to return there as soon as I'm able in some capacity. And when I do, I will plan on continuing to make these videos if I believe that they're helping at all. So maybe I'm coming back to being an artist, but it's not coming back, it's moving forward. So perhaps it's just that these two sort of well-developed parts of me, if I split it into just two, artist and business person, they maybe are going to produce some future offspring of self, which is now developing. Perhaps it's what do you call that? Gestation? I don't know, incubating? It's in its gestation period, but, well, it's fine. If you don't know who you are right now, but you know who you've been and you've lost that identity, it's okay. I am just coming out of this now, and I don't know yet where I'm going or who I will be, and I'm not yet equipped again with those tools and the capacity to do much more than this at the moment. But if that's as good as I get, then I will make do with this, and if not, I will just continue to evolve. But wherever you are right now, it's okay. It's where you are. It's as perfect as a pine cone. It's as perfect as you. And just you as you are right now is exactly where you need to be. There's a reason that this has happened. Probably because it had to. If you are struggling right now with some anxiety, stress, exhaustion, mental deficiencies, feeling of loss, self-worth, what have you, accept it, surrender to it as a necessary passage to your best being. Whatever that is, don't measure it against Instagram or Facebook or anything else in the media. Just accept who you are right now. There. And yeah, with that, I'm going to try to keep these to 10 minutes. Sorry, this is a little over 12, but hope to see you again next time. Okay, bye-bye.